24-17, WC Gordon victory.
Well, we're happy, we're elated that we win on WC Gordon prestigious day with what he meant to his institution, what he meant to HBCU football. But this is not our standards. This is not who we are. And I apologize for the lackluster performance in the second half.
Lackluster performance by your measurement standard, but the crowd got into it. The defense stepped up and sealed that game.
Defense have been stepping up since the beginning. This season they've been stepping up. They're consistent in what they do. They got a little lackadaisical. Towards the third quarter, they gave up a couple explosions, which is uncharacteristic of them. But they got back on point and made a stop when they needed to.
Got banged up a little bit this game, but we're heading into a bye week.
Well needed for many reasons. Not only for the players, but for the coaches to get their stuff together too.
Coach, congratulations on this WC Gordon victory. 21st head coach, fall 21 season. Congratulations.
We pray to God that we can come close to the standard that WC Gordon set.
Go Tigers, I believe.
What's good, everyone? This is DJ's Raw Cut Truth, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Shout out to Delta State for playing hard and pretty much wanted it more. They wanted more. This was their Super Bowl. They wanted to show that they belong. As a matter of fact, Delta State, which was a ranked Division II team, what I've seen from the game and rewatching the game, they're better than some SWAC teams. Their D-line is fast. Their linebackers are fast. We can joke around about Delta State. I get it. But eye test wise, they were well coached. I mean, their head coach can be a head coach in any SWAC program. It's not even close. And they were resilient. They played as one. They played as a unit. So I'm going to give them credit for that. As for Jackson State, this is one of those games where when you play a smaller school, you don't take them seriously. And that's what they did. A lot of SWAC schools fell for that trap. Alabama State with Miles College earlier this season. I was looking at Alabama A&M, and even though they're leading right now, so far, 31-14 against Tuskegee, that game should have never been that close. Now for the Jackson State football team. JSU, Coach Prime is doing everything possible to change the game. And for the players, all you had to do was want it. That's all you had to do. All you had to do was play hard for your coach. But I didn't see no fire from the offense. The offensive line was pillow soft. I didn't see grit from this team. Shadir Sanders was getting hit left and right. And for those who want to talk about Shadir and say he's not a tough quarterback and say he's given position because of his father, he proved today that he's more man enough than anybody's talking crap on his name. That brother played like a grown man today. He was getting knocked out all the time. His shoulder got hit the whole 9 yards, but he never gave up. But you question this young man's ability and his will to win. All because he made comments in SWAC media giving props to the defense. Now, one thing that caught my eye, there were some injuries on the offensive line. I saw some players that usually don't play on the O-line. That has something to do with the pass blocking. Now, you know the run blocking is subpar and has not performed this season. But the pass blocking was horrendous because I counted 3 offensive linemen who were not out there. I don't think I even saw Tony Gray out there. And he's very important to the O-line. And there was 2 other linemen that were not out there. The only original starters that was out of that field, that's an old lineman, were Demetrius Jordan and Cedric Dunbar. That was about it. So they were playing short-handed. Now, the shines on YouTube would not point this out because there's an agenda. Remember, I told you guys, what you're seeing from the SWAC at HBCUs is between the traditionalists who do not want Coach Prime to level the playing field, which is to exceed the playing field. And then the other side who are rooted for Coach Prime to do it and rooted for Coach Prime to take this thing to another level. Keep the money in, HBCUs, the whole 9 yards. So you're seeing a contrast to that. The old SWAC, I mean, these people, man, they're looking for ways to discredit Coach Prime. They don't even want him in the SWAC. They don't want him in the SWAC. They're not going to say it because they know they'll receive that heat. But they don't want Coach Prime in the SWAC because they're jealous of him. They're jealous of the attention. That's why they go. You watch these shows, they always crap on Jackson State. But when Alabama State had a subpar game against Miles College, everybody would say, oh, Miles College is really good. They're D2, but they're really good. So we got to be consistent. Now, I agree, because we keep it objective on this show. I agree that Jackson State should have won this game by 40, at least. But they overlooked this team. It already happened. What they got to do, they got to bye a week. They got to get healthier. On the defensive side, I didn't see Nugget out there. I think he was not playing out. If someone knows what happened, let me know. I didn't see a couple of D linemen there. Cornelius Miller hurt a shoulder or something like that. He was out. There was a lot of new faces on that defense. When they had, when I say they, I meant Delta State. When they had that touchdown, which was their few touchdowns they had, it was against Anthony Petty. And Petty is a reserve. I don't even know why he was out there. But that's the type of injuries JSU is dealing with. It happens. It's part of football. But the bye week should help. But didn't I tell you how important Shadir Sanders is? He's out the game. The passing game, which was something, was non-existent. The backup quarterback could not even throw worth a lick. It was nowhere to be found. So you all saw that Shadir Sanders, he's carrying this offense. And if the offensive line can hold their blocks for 2 seconds at least, more, 2 seconds more, it will be fireworks. But I'm disappointed in some of the players. They didn't play hard for Coach Prime. I saw his post-game. He was disappointed, man. This coach fights for his players. He fights for all HBCUs. And the fact that you couldn't give him 100% for all the things he's done to you and giving you new things, new field, new jerseys. And some of you players did not fight hard for your coach, man. I'm disappointed. I really am. Football is beyond X's and O's. I don't give a damn if you have Nick Saban out there. If you don't play hard, you're not going to win. I don't care what coach you have out there. If you don't play hard, you're not going to win. Look at Auburn versus Georgia State. They almost lost, meaning Auburn, because they took Georgia State lightly. Now, they made a quarterback change, and shout out to TJ Finley. I think he should be the starter for Auburn. That's another nugget, another topic for a different day. But once that happened, then they started to get the juice, and then they started to take Georgia State seriously for that last minute. They won the game. Effort means everything. So, the good thing is Jackson State got the win. They got this ugly win out the way. This was the ugliest win they'll probably have in the season. because I know they'll play hard against Alabama A&M, who beat them in the spring. As long as Jackson State plays hard from offense and defense, they'll be just fine. They'll be all right, better than all right. They'll be good, really good. They just got to play tough. Offensive lineman. I'm not an offensive line expert. I don't care if the backups are in. When you're playing on that field, you got to have a thump when you push off and try to create a space for a running back, for your quarterback, whatever skill position. Right now, I don't see that. I don't see the lower leverage. That these coaches, I'm sure they're teaching them that every single day. Coach Pryor had a show, an interview, and he told the reporter, we've been drilling it every time about what they should do and how they should block. We want to have a running game. This is what Coach Pryor said. He told the reporter, you don't think we want a running game too? He wants a running game. But it's beyond X's and O's. When you're playing in a comfortability standpoint, it's going to mess everything up. But before I go, I want to say shout out to the Jackson State fans. The Jackson State fans, at the end of the game, I don't know if y'all heard it, they were cheering so loud because they love their squad. Now, these JSU fans have been cheering for their team even when they had losing seasons, had better attendances than other winning SWAC programs. They've been losing for a while. They had a good season in 2011. Casey Thompson, Casey Thurman, whatever. What's that white guy's name? I think his name is Casey. In 2011, they had that good year, but besides that, they've been losing. And at the end of the game, they were cheering for their team anyway. Shows me that they deserve a great program. They're loyal to their team. JSU fans, keep rooting for your team. I know some games may not be pretty, but it's a lot better than what it was years ago. Jackson State, all they have to do on offense, don't turn over the ball, convert on third downs, convert on third downs, convert on third downs. And that happens if the O-line can just toughen it out. That's all they got to do. But I'm excited 2 weeks from now, Jackson State will play Alabama A&M. Remember, a lot of folks are saying Alabama A&M was going to pump 40 points on Jackson State. They said this. I didn't say it, they said this. So I hope Jackson State take on a challenge, because I think that was very disrespectful. You can say what you want about Jackson State, but that defense has been very lethal this year. This is how much disrespect this team has gotten. Alabama A&M, who has a talented offense, is going to score 40. Very disrespectful. So I can't wait for that game. Hit the like button, share the video. There's no need to panic. This is one of these games where they didn't take the Division II team, Delta State, lightly. And Delta State is a ranked Division II team, so they could beat FCS schools, depending on who they match up against. Shit, they could beat Texas Southern. They could definitely beat Texas Southern. But y'all know what the deal is, man. This is DJ's Raw Uncut Truth, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Peace and blessings. Have a great day.